Title: EVM is not Ethereum. Specialization as a strategy in the post-Layer 1 era. Subtitle: Why the future of crypto belongs to focused protocols, not generalized world computers. Introduction: The era of the monolithic chain is ending. Ethereum changed everything. By launching the first widely adopted general-purpose blockchain with smart contracts, it opened the door to a programmable financial universe. But as the ecosystem has matured, one truth has become increasingly clear. Flexibility alone doesn't win. Precision does. Just as the early internet birthed operating systems only to be outpaced by specialized apps, the crypto space is now experiencing a similar bifurcation. Ethereum, once synonymous with the EVM, now shares the EVM runtime with a growing array of focused protocols, each tuned for a single dominant use case. These chains aren't trying to be everything to everyone. They're trying to be irreplaceable for one thing. In this new landscape, the EVM has become a common denominator, but Ethereum is no longer the exclusive platform. Specialization is becoming the winning strategy. Section 1. The EVM Unbundled. The Ethereum Virtual Machine, or EVM, is now the lingua franca of smart contract development. But something subtle and powerful has happened. The EVM has been unbundled from Ethereum itself. EVM does not equal Ethereum. You no longer need to build on Ethereum to benefit from its developer tooling, audit trails, or contract standards. EVM-compatible chains like BNB Chain, Avalanche C-Chain, Polygon, and Optimism are deploying tailored ecosystems that prioritize performance, cost efficiency, or niche verticals while still retaining Ethereum interoperability. This decoupling allows builders to leverage the familiarity and network effects of Ethereum tooling while offering a specialized environment optimized for a single function, whether it's gaming, payments, derivatives, or institutional settlement. What the operating system was to Microsoft, the EVM is to crypto, an open standard that unlocks the real value at higher layers. Section 2. Specialization in Action. Crypto Case Studies. Let's look at the projects that are winning by doing one thing better than anyone else. Hyperliquid, the perps chain. Use case: perpetual futures trading. Specialization: ultra-fast order execution, zero gas fees, fully on-chain order book. Why it wins: outperforms generalist exchanges like Binance or DYDX in its niche by removing all distractions and optimizing for latency and user experience. Tron, the stablecoin rail use case. Cross-border stablecoin payments. Specialization: high throughput, low fees, and aggressive Tether integrations. Why it wins: dominates emerging markets where cost and finality are paramount. Didn't try to become a world computer, just a payment pipe. Stripe and Tempo, plasma chains. Use case: enterprise-grade stablecoin disbursement. Specialization: controlled layer 1 built for business-to-business payments at scale. Why it wins: abstracts blockchain complexity behind Stripe's interface. Offers a single, highly focused feature to traditional businesses: payouts. Strategy Incorporated, financial refinement of Bitcoin. Use case: institutional Bitcoin exposure. Specialization: converts Bitcoin into yield-bearing preferred stock. Why it wins: refines volatile Bitcoin into customized risk tranches for institutional buyers, much like a fixed income desk would do with credit risk. Tether, not just a stablecoin, a platform use case, liquidity and payment stability. Specialization, a single product, USD Tether, deployed across dozens of chains and tuned for capital preservation. Why it wins: doesn't try to be decentralized finance, just fast, trusted cash in the crypto world. Section 3. Real-world analogs. Why this pattern keeps winning. This is not a crypto-only phenomenon. Across industries, value tends to pool around specialization. Let's explore two of the most instructive analogs. NVIDIA, the specialist that ate the generalists. Core idea: NVIDIA didn't build all-purpose chips. It specialized in parallel computation, originally for graphics and later for artificial intelligence. Result: now powers everything from GPT-4 to autonomous vehicles. Parallel to crypto, a protocol optimized for one financial function, like Hyperliquid for perpetuals, can outperform and even absorb generalized infrastructure. Microsoft, operating system as a Trojan horse. Core idea: Windows wasn't the moneymaker. Office and enterprise software were. Result: Microsoft became dominant by owning the applications layer, not just the base layer. Parallel to crypto, Ethereum is the operating system, but most value now moves toward app-like chains or yield-refining instruments. Retail, niche stores versus big box observation. Big box stores sell everything and operate on low margin. Niche players, like luxury watch shops or mountaineering gear stores, win on margin and brand loyalty. Parallel to crypto, Ethereum is the big box. Hyperliquid is the mountaineering gear shop. Tron is the remittance kiosk. This content is brought to you by Bobby Giggs. Promote your brand here and reach a wide audience across platforms like YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Follow the links in the description to get started. Section 4. Why Specialization Wins. Economic and Strategic Logic. Here's why specialization is winning in crypto and why it will accelerate. Performance optimization. Tailored architecture allows faster execution, better user experience, and lower fees. Clear value proposition. Easier to explain, market, and adopt. We are the best at X. Economic stickiness. Specialization creates user loyalty and custom integrations. Institutional compatibility. Custom risk and yield profiles unlock new capital pools. See Strategy Incorporated. Security scope control. Smaller attack surface means easier auditing and governance. Generalists attract tinkerers. Specialists attract capital. Section 5. The future. Post-Layer 1 infrastructure and the rise of protocol refineries. We are entering a post-Layer 1 era where the EVM becomes standard infrastructure like TCP/IP, base layers are commoditized. Value flows to focused execution environments, purpose-built for derivatives like Hyperliquid, remittances like Tron, stablecoin disbursement like Tempo, Bitcoin-backed instruments like Strategy Incorporated. These systems aren't Ethereum killers. They don't need to be. They are Ethereum graduates, projects that use the EVM, then left the classroom to start a business. We're watching the rise of protocol refineries, systems that take in generalized, volatile, or raw digital assets and refine them into tailored, capital-attracting financial products. Conclusion: specialize or be outpaced. Ethereum remains foundational. But in the next era, the chains and protocols that win will be those that focus, not on being universal, not on being elegant, but on being indispensable for one function that matters deeply. The EVM unlocked the world. Specialization will shape it. Glossary Box EVM, or Ethereum Virtual Machine, the runtime environment that executes smart contracts on Ethereum and compatible chains, acts like a virtual operating system for blockchain logic. Perpetual futures, or perps, a type of derivative that allows for leveraged trading of an asset with no expiration date, widely used in crypto markets. Atomic swaps, trustless, on-chain exchanges of assets between two parties, where the entire trade either executes or fails, eliminating counterparty risk. Bearer asset, a digital or physical asset that is controlled by whoever holds the private key or object, like cash or a tokenized gold coin. Store of value, an asset that maintains or increases in purchasing power over time, typically resistant to inflation or dilution. Protocol refinery, a conceptual model for systems that ingest volatile or generalized digital assets and output yield-bearing or utility-focused instruments tailored for a specific market niche. Post-Layer 1 era, the emerging phase in blockchain infrastructure where foundational Layer 1s are commoditized, and most innovation and value accrues to Layer 2s, application-specific chains, or specialized protocols. Let's zoom out and look at what's actually happening in this industry. On the left side of this table, we have the Ethereum stack, the generalist model. Think of it as your base layer operating system. It offers broad functionality, wide developer support, and is optimized for flexibility. But with that flexibility comes trade-offs: slower performance, higher transaction fees, and a more complex onboarding experience for end users. Now contrast that with what's happening on the right, specialized application chains. These are not Layer 1 competitors. They're vertical executors. Each one is laser-focused on one thing, doing a specific financial function better than anything else. Let's walk through a few of these rows. Base layer. Ethereum is the foundation for general-purpose chains, but specialized app chains often use their own custom Layer 1 or a tightly integrated Layer 2, giving them full control over performance and throughput. Runtime environment. Both use the EVM or EVM-compatible environments, so developers can easily port code. But while Ethereum tries to serve all use cases, specialized chains fine-tune their environments for a single domain, whether that's derivatives, stablecoin payments, or asset tokenization. Application layer. Ethereum hosts everything: DeFi, NFTs, DAOs, games. In contrast, specialized chains are monoline: one app, one function, one obsession with performance. Performance. General purpose chains are constrained by consensus complexity and wide usage. Specialized chains are optimized for speed, user experience, and cost by design. User onboarding. On Ethereum, onboarding is a multi-step process: wallet setup, gas fees, bridging assets. On a focused chain, users often enter through a single front end with a single click. Narrative. Ethereum is trying to be a world computer. Specialized chains are telling a different story. We do one thing, and we do it better than anyone else. Revenue and value capture. On Ethereum, it's difficult to isolate protocol-level revenue. It's distributed across the whole ecosystem. But in a specialized chain, value capture is precise, intentional, and measurable. Analogy. So if Ethereum is the operating system, like Windows or Linux, then a specialized chain is your mission-critical application. Photoshop for designers, Bloomberg Terminal for traders, or Stripe for payment processing. The key insight here is this: specialization is not a compromise. It's a strategy. The more these protocols focus, the more value they extract, whether in performance, user growth, or institutional adoption. This is how crypto infrastructure is evolving, from broad to specific, from general purpose to purpose-built, from operating systems to financial refineries. Implications for builders, founders, and investors. For builders, do not compete with Ethereum. Build on the EVM standard, but refine one use case to perfection. Consider focusing on back-end finance primitives, such as yield tranching, payment rails, or compliance modules. For founders, storytelling matters. Saying "we are the hyperliquid of X" is more compelling than "we're building a new layer 1. Specialization helps users, allocators, and partners immediately understand your value. For investors, do not over-index on generalized infrastructure. Look for teams refining volatile store value assets like Bitcoin or Ethereum into institutional-grade wrappers. The alpha is in protocol-level product-market fit, not ecosystem potential alone. Final summary statement: EVM compatibility is no longer a moat. Ethereum showed us what's possible. Specialization shows us what's profitable. The future of crypto is not a crowded Layer 1 battlefield. It is a stack of focused financial refineries, each converting digital raw materials into usable, yield-bearing, and trustless assets.